Гарри, ты что делаешь? Well, hello there. It's Christmas, so it's time to watch Harry Potter. We'll watch the Chamber of Secrets today and try to find cool French words and phrases to learn. We have a cat here, right here. We have Harry Potter. Let's go.
Je ne peux pas te laisser sortir, Edwige.
Laisser sortir, to let out. Laisser, to let, sortir, to go out.
Si je pouvais la laisser sortir, ne serait-ce qu'une heure ou deux.
Ne qu'une heure, only an hour. Ne que is a very common expression which means only. It may be a bit confusing because there's ne there, but if you put a noun or a verb after it, it will mean only. So, ne qu'une heure means only an hour.
Nous t'avons même donné la seconde chambre de Dudley.
Une chambre means both room and chamber.
Et il n'est pas question que tu viennes tout gâcher.
Il n'est pas question. There is no question. There is no doubt.
Vous ne voulez pas vous asseoir?
M'asseoir.
Vous asseoir or m'asseoir. To sit down is a reflexive verb.
Dobby, chut! Pardon.
Chut is the same as shh in English. So that means quiet.
Vous ne connaissez pas beaucoup de sorciers aimables, alors?
Non, en effet.
Alors, at the end of the sentence with a question mark, that's the same as right in English.
Harry Potter ne doit surtout pas retourner cette année à Poudlard, l'école des sorciers.
Poudlard, l'école des sorciers. What I didn't mention before in the Philosopher's Stone video is that in French, the first movie is called Harry Potter et l'école des sorciers, which means Harry Potter and the Magic School, not the Philosopher's Stone.
Quels événements terrifiants! Et qui fait partie du complot?
Je peux pas dire.
Je peux pas dire. I can't say. In this case, it's an informal phrase, so ne is omitted. Je peux pas dire.
Non,
Dobby, ça suffit.
Ça suffit. It's enough.
Ce que tu es en train de fabriquer.
J'étais en train...
Qu'est-ce que tu es en train de fabriquer? Être en train de is a way of saying to be in the process of doing something. So it's an equivalent of present continuous in English. Qu'est-ce que tu es en train de fabriquer? What are you doing?
Harry Potter a des amis qui n'écrivent jamais.
Oh, je suppose qu'ils n'ont...
Je suppose que. I suppose that. Very similar word, but slightly different pronunciation.
Harry Potter ne doit pas être en colère contre Dobby.
Être en colère. To be angry. En colère, in anger.
Dobby, donnez-moi ça! Tout de suite!
Tout de suite, right away. Very common phrase, very frequently used.
Mais c'est impossible, c'est chez moi à Poudlard.
C'est chez moi à Poudlard. Chez moi, chez soi, chez toi is used to reference somebody's home. So essentially, Harry is saying c'est chez moi à Poudlard, it's my home at Hogwarts. Putting on glasses the first thing in the morning is so relatable. I have terrible vision and I can't see anything before I put on my contacts. The world is just a big blur.
Fête, Harry. Bon anniversaire.
Bon anniversaire. Happy birthday. You can also say joyeux anniversaire.
C'est pas grand luxe, mais c'est chez nous.
Mais c'est chez nous. Again, it's our home.
Allez, Harry, on va prendre un petit déjeuner.
Va prendre un petit déjeuner. So in French, you don't say I will have breakfast. You will say I will take breakfast. Prendre, to take.
Des perquisitions?
Il travaille au ministère de la magie, au service des détournements des objets moldus.
That's a confusing moment. Didn't Harry ever wonder what do Ron's parents do? They lived together for a year.
Si toi, comme ça, il verra comment on fait.
That is so irresponsible, sending your kids first through the chimney. What if Voldemort came back? Or their Death Eaters taking over the Diagon Alley? Well, I guess they have 6 more kids.
Chemin de travers!
Chemin de travers. So this shows how pronunciation is important in French. You should say chemin de traverse. But Harry didn't pronounce S at the end, so that's why he ended up in a different place. And French pronunciation is super tricky. Sometimes you pronounce the ending, sometimes you don't, so you have to pay close attention to that. This looks like a Peaky Blinders set. Have you seen this show? It's one of the best on Netflix.
Ah, je suis contente de te voir.
Moi aussi, je suis contente de te voir.
Je suis contente de te voir. Funny thing, in French you should never say je suis excitée de te voir. because excité, excited, means to be sexually excited. That's why you should say je suis contente or content de te voir. I am glad to see, even if you are excited to see them. Well, unless you're excited to see them sexually, then feel free to use excité. I know they cast big British names for Harry Potter, but I would prefer a much younger Lockhart that would explain the schoolgirl's obsession with him. This actor is very good, but his age doesn't correspond to the book Lockhart, who was in his 20s.
Avec la collection complète de mes ouvrages.
Un ouvrage is a publication.
Il ne peut pas entrer chez un libraire sans faire la une des journaux.
Un libraire is not a library, it's a bookshop. Une bibliothèque is a library.
Lucius Malfoy. On se rencontre enfin.
Se rencontrer, to meet, is a reflexive verb.
Et Drago m'a beaucoup parlé de vous et de vos parents.
Il m'a beaucoup parlé de vous. He told me a lot about you. Well, of course he did. Have you read the fanfics about this too?
On se verra au ministère.
On se verra. We will see.
Après toi, chérie.
Again, very responsible to leave 2 kids behind at a busy train station in London.
Hey, qu'est-ce que vous fabriquez, vous deux?
Qu'est-ce que vous fabriquez? Even though fabriquer may seem like a verb to be used in order to say to make or produce something, it can also be used to say to do something. Qu'est-ce que vous fabriquez? What are you doing? And that's why you should watch movies to see things like that used naturally in a conversation instead of using the same words over and over again. Qu'est-ce que vous faites? You can also say qu'est-ce que vous fabriquez?
On va aller chercher nos affaires.
De quoi parlez-vous, Monsieur Weasley?
Nos affaires means our things and not our affairs.
Exactement 10 points pour Gryffondor.
10 points to Gryffindor, but nobody cared about house points or the school cup after the second book. So,
Ce sont des Nimbus 2001. Comment vous les avez eus?
C'est un cadeau du père de Drago.
that's like peak privilege bribing. It kind of reminds me of the college admission scandal.
Ça va aller, Ron.
Ça va aller, Ron, everything will be fine. Ça va aller is a very frequent phrase.
Harry, il faut que tu saches.
Il faut que tu saches. Il faut que tu saches. You probably know this, but you should use subjunctive after il faut que. That's why you use sache. This movie, this part, and this whisper particularly scared the shit out of me when I was a kid and watched it for the first time.
Je vais vous tuer!
To be honest, if anyone touched my cat, my face would look exactly like that.
Bien sûr, tu l'as entendu. Les prochains seront les 100.
Is that Pansy Parkinson? She looks different in every movie.
Mimi Géniard. Qui?
Mimi Géniard is a French name for moaning myrtle. How did they revive Nick? He's a ghost, so it's not like he can take a potion. I don't think spells work on ghosts either.
Je me demandais si tu m'avais envoyé dans la bonne maison.
T'en serais très bien sorti à Serpentard.
Tu te trompes.
Tu te trompes. First of all, you asked the hat yourself, so don't be a douchebag about it. Second, se tromper is a reflexive verb to be mistaken. So, tu te trompes means you are mistaken.
Il vaut peut-être mieux que je le fasse.
Bon, d'accord.
Il vaut mieux que je le fasse. It is better that I do it. Again, you use subjunctive after il vaut mieux que. You get free floating cupcakes and a good sleep for several hours. I would totally eat them.
Pour lire. Pour lire. Tu sais lire, toi.
Tu sais lire, toi? Savoir means to know, but it may also mean to know how to do something. Like here, savoir lire means to know how to read or can read.
Tu sais très bien que non. Je te l'ai déjà dit hier.
Slytherin common room is so much bigger than Gryffindor's. Even though it looks cold and kind of musty, it's still super big.
Tu as parlé à Hermione?
Elle devrait sortir de l'infirmerie dans quelques jours.
Dans quelques jours, in several days.
Tom, Elvis, j'ai du sort.
Tom Elvis. His middle name is Elvis in French. I read that they changed his name to Tom Elvis Judidor so that it makes Je suis Voldemort when he messes with the letters at the end in the chamber. But Elvis is such a funny name for Voldemort.
Je vous conseille de faire bien attention à vous. Compris?
Faire attention à quelqu'un or quelque chose. To pay attention to somebody or something.
Mais on ne peut pas annuler le Quidditch.
Silence, Dubois. Vous et votre équipe, vous regagnez la tour de Gryffondor.
How long did they wait to shut down the school? It's all Dumbledore and his let's see what happens attitude. It could have taken somebody's life.
Tu as entendu McGonagall? On ne doit pas quitter la tour sauf pour les cours.
Il est temps que je ressorte la vieille cape de mon père.
La vieille cape de mon père. The old cape of my father. Here, vieille is used before the noun, even though you use adjectives after the noun normally in French. But adjectives like vieille or vieux, old, are used before the noun.
Ça ne va pas.
Oh, si. Ça, très bien.
Si is when you want to negate what the other person was saying. So here we have a negative question, ça ne va pas? And you want to say yes, so you don't use oui, but si instead. Again, super lucky no one died.
Hermione a répondu aussi à ça.
Les tuyaux. Il utilise la plomberie.
Also, security cameras would have solved everything. But Muggle technology doesn't work at Hogwarts because there's too much magic for it.
Nous devons renvoyer les élèves chez eux.
Madame Pomfrey, I just realized she was Bridget Jones's mother. And Slughorn was her father. He played Bridget Jones's father. And Moaning Myrtle was her friend, the one that cried in the bathroom.
Vous prenez la fuite. Après tout ce que vous avez dit dans vos livres.
Prendre la fuite, to flee, to escape, to run away.
D'ailleurs, je vais devoir vous faire subir la même chose.
D'ailleurs, that's a good word. It's often used in essays. It means moreover. They are both kids and one has a broken wand, so he could have taken them down easily. Just saying.
Oh, je t'en supplie, ne sois pas morte. Réveille-toi, réveille-toi. Je t'en supplie, réveille-toi.
You say réveille-toi and not réveille because se réveiller, to wake up, is a reflexive verb again. Réveille-toi, wake up.
Faut m'aider, Tom. Il y a un basilic.
Il ne viendra que si on l'appelle.
When they use the word basilic and not basilisk here, it sounds more like a spice, like a herb.
Harry, c'est Ginny Weasley qui a ouvert la chambre des secrets.
This actor is such a perfect fit for Dumbledore. I didn't like the 6 movie actors that much. Do you remember they played younger Voldemort? But this one is very menacing, very scary. That's good casting.
Fume sec.
Given the Fantastic Beasts movies, why did Fox come to Harry? We know that a phoenix shows up to a Dumbledore in need, but we know Harry is not a Dumbledore, unless Dumbledore instructed Fox directly to go and rescue Harry. But how did Dumbledore know where Harry was? There's also a theory that Dumbledore planned everything from book 1, starting with Quirrell and the tasks at the end of the first movie and the Chamber of Secrets. He waited this long on purpose so that Harry discovers it and beats Basilisk.
La détermination, l'ingéniosité et un certain mépris pour les règlements.
That's so true. There are many good qualities in students of Slytherin House.
Ce ne sont pas nos aptitudes qui montrent ce que nous sommes. Ce sont nos choix.
Nos choix, exactly. Also, choix is an uncountable word. So it's the same in singular and plural. You can say both notre choix and nos choix. And the word itself, choix, would stay the same.
Attention.
The way he grabs it by the blade with basilisk blood on it. Oh.
Seul et unique souci a toujours été et sera toujours la bonne marche de cette école.
Lucius kinda has a point. Dumbledore was doing a very bad job. A lot of students were injured, they missed half the term. There were multiple attacks, and it's only lucky no one died. And how does the elf rain work exactly? Lucius didn't give clothes to Dobby, he gave him a book. So both Lucius and Dobby thought that he gave him a book. Okay, that would be it for today. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you next time with another Disney movie in 2022.